Hey, welcome to your Scorpio horoscopes for the week of the 7th through the 13th of April. And we've got kind of an exciting week this week. Not in Scorpio, though, because there's really literally nothing in Scorpio. No planets, no secondary influences, literally not a zip zero zilch. We're just focused on those we love this week. Which is a double-edged sword, really. I mean, we always have those times where, we're just spending time with those people that we love, and it's just a wonderful feeling, and we wish we could feel like that all the time, right? And then there are those other times where we're focused on the people that we love because they are driving us insane. And I kind of feel it's a little bit of both, really, especially at the beginning of the week. Because it can really go either way. Our biggest influence all week long, of course, is the Mercury retrograde. We're in our second week of the Mercury retrograde. It is still in Aries, which can be kind of a scrappy sign, if that makes sense. So it does kind of heighten frustrations, especially around people and any kind of communication. And specifically around relationships where there's already some tension. We do a whole lot as human beings of just kind of letting things go and hoping that things get better. So, for instance, you have somebody in your life, they're always talking down to you, and you think, well, it's really not that big of a deal right this minute, so I'm not going to say anything. And, it's just a little bit, anyways. And, you just kind of brush it off to keep the peace. But unfortunately, over time, it gets worse to the point where they're literally being very disrespectful. And it causes so much frustration that eventually you just blow your stack. You're like, that's it. I'm sick and tired of you treating me like that. I'm sick and tired of you talking to me like that. Like, I'm done, right? And it's a huge argument. And this Aries Mercury retrograde, that is exactly what it's designed for. It's designed specifically to put you in the place of I'm not dealing with this anymore and forcing you to do something about it rather than just hoping that it will go away on its own. We humans really are kind of ridiculous about that sort of thing, actually. It's like, oh, I have a pain in my chest, hopefully if I just wait, it'll go away, right? And then it turns out you wind up having a heart attack instead. This is not a good thing. But it's something that we humans do a lot, like over and over and over again. It's a lesson that we almost never learn. And so that's why Mercury retrogrades come up. It forces us to learn that lesson. We also have a solar eclipse this week, and that is also happening in Aries. Aries is all about new beginnings, new adventures, and this can be some wonderful energy towards some new adventures with the people that you love, or these are new adventures that you are focused on, and it's the people that you love that are unfortunately getting in the way of that manifestation, and which happens also a lot. It's also, from what I've noticed, and I've done it myself, I'm not saying that I don't, but a lot of people do, that we use the people around us as excuses. Well, I'm not successful because of what this person is doing right now. And in some cases that is true, but most of the time we're kind of making it up, honestly. I mean, I can say I'm not successful because of the trauma that I sustained as a child, which is long behind me, 30, 40 some odd years behind me. If I'm allowing it to continue to rule my decisions, that's on me, not the person who instilled that trauma. And so, consequently, this is a really good time to be able to let go of those things also, because really it's our own fear of success that is driving those thoughts. It's all fear based, and we want to release the fear. We cannot be successful and be fearful at the same time. So this solar eclipse is happening on Monday at about 12:30, starts at about 12:30, just before 12:30 Central Time. and lasts for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're really manifesting new beginnings. So new projects. This is a fantastic energy to be manifesting, into those new projects and also into those relationships to help you overcome the difficulties that is literally in every single relationship. I hear a lot of people talk about how other people don't have problems in their relationships. And I'm like, I got to meet these people because obviously they're not they're not human. Every human has difficulties in their relationships. It's kind of a matter a fact of life, really, but they're also there to kind of help us learn how to interact with people in a way that helps fix these problems rather than keeping the problems going forever and ever and ever. If you want to see the eclipse, then you need to be in Texas or any of those southeastern states there in North America, in the United States specifically. That is where you're going to get the best view of the eclipse. Probably parts of Mexico are going to be getting a really good view of that eclipse as well. Anywhere else in the United States, we may see bits and pieces of it depending on where you are in North America. Everywhere else is unfortunately not going to be able to see it, but you don't have to see it in order to feel it because it's very much there. So use that energy wisely, but also be aware of how everybody around you is going to interact to it because it's in Aries. Aries tends to be a bit of an aggressive sign. It can make people act in ways that they don't normally act, and you want to make sure to put your bubbles up and protect yourselves and protect what you're manifesting and kind of keep all of that other mess out of that, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip for donation through my coffee link in the description. I love the support. You guys are awesome. Pardon me, appreciate you guys so very much. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys make it a great week because you have the power to do so. I'll see you next week.